What's up, ladies and gentlemen? My name is Paññā. I'm here to acknowledge frequency, to alter your consciousness, to heighten your mind, to transcend about the vibrations, to ascend to the celestial realm here on earth. Invite everyone to experience here and now, not delaying time. Peaceful warriors, those with the eyes to see the industrial article and the philosophical standpoint, to recognize who we are, to understand who we are, to remember who we are in this cosmic jokes, in this cosmic evolutions, in this cosmic coexistence, co-creations. We are to think that we are the highest, brilliant, intelligent being, God's highest creations. Shall I say, act like one, be like one, be human, otherwise you just as in animals? There wasn't much people outside in the immediate vicinity here in Seattle, Washington. The psyche of a person inside the captivity, like animals in zoo. Peaceful warrior, you have heard me clearly. Deeper spiritual essence, the creature, or as animals being, beautifully as they are, sight to see, the visual cheerful kids to see when they visit the zoo. Animals, living zombies, animals, not wild, not free spirit, caged in. It's okay, it's entertainment, it's for the greater good, right? You know, it's for kids to watch. Put that on, put the mask on. It's just a mask. What's wrong with it? I don't see anything wrong with it. Why are you complaining? Who's complaining? The masses, the massive acquiescing to the mass. Obviously I'm not. I'm here to acknowledge you. I'm here to tell you, as a coach will tell his clients, his students, his disciple. Coach will not sugarcoat shit. I'm telling you what you need to hear, not what you want to hear. I'm here to tone things, to center, to ground it, to be in the middle path. That is neither left, neither right. Switch this to the left, neither left nor right. Nor black nor white. It's gray, white, red, and blue, and many fruits, color, pigments as a rainbow too. Equality. This is for the sake of humanity. This is for our human immunity. It's just a vaccine. Peaceful, you hear that, right? Don't be evil thinking of it's scary. It's for the greater good. That vaccine is a virus. It has cure. Wow. Immunity can be healed of inflammation with right food consumptions and understanding of our origins, to have the knowledge of ourselves as one whole. And I know that our species, we have the unfinished masterpiece in progress to evolve, to grow, to expand, to love as well too. However, peaceful warrior, in less than 6 months in 2020, US was transformed into an obedient society, socialist country. They dictate what events are acceptable to attain, right? Violent protests that install fear are okay. But the church services, family funerals, and patriotic celebrations are dangerous. Plus 6 feet apart, social distancing. What does that even mean? Social is two participants communicate with one another, but the subconscious mind doesn't know that about the distancing of the strange phenomena to be distorted in this together. What the F that mean? What the fruits in this together, but quarantine, in this together but quarantine. Social distancing. It's distorted. The precipitations of this nonsensical, and you bought it. You just go with it. You just follow along. Acquiescing without even fight or standing. It's just like, I remember standing in graduation line. Not me, but it's what I saw. is a safety hazard. Small businesses were forced to close. Small businesses were forced to close. Hear that. Think about that for a second. They even closed the public school. They restricted the education under the public safety, and listen for more are people in global demonstration how easily people assimilate the guidelines that have no scientific premise whatsoever. When you are fearful, it's lesson from me. Then they successfully instill the fear in the majority of the population here in America and the globe at large and the world at large, that allow them to just control every aspect of their life, of your life, including what you see, including what you eat, including where to go. And the most dangerous and terrifying part is that people are not afraid of them, who remove their freedom. Instead, they're afraid of their neighbors. Instead, they're afraid of their family and friends. What the fruits? Are you kidding me right now? And I dismiss those who will comply. It's only people don't question authority, they are willing to surrender their critical thinking skills. No skills. Critical thinking does take some skills. Yes, it is. And also our independence. They just give up without thinking, do you know what's coming next? It's just a vaccine. It come out for the greater good, waiting to their toll. It came into any store or business without proof, waiting until you can go to the public events or get into the plane without proof of receiving the vaccinate ID. Now what's this word coming about? You are already allowing them to say when you can go out, when you need to be inside the house. Curfew, remember that. They even text you that, curfew. F that, unacceptable. Within the last 100 days, you just follow blindly because you were told to go. Curfew. Peaceful warrior. Thus have I heard 6 million Jews. People were exterminated in Germany because 97% of the population cowered. They don't populate and control. Peaceful warrior. The Khmer people acquiescing the slaughter of this vicinity was millions, even turned against their own without educating themselves from the manipulating tyranny. Even turning against on each other. Even kids carrying straps, rifle, guns. Nobody want to think about it. It's easy to just ignore it. I'm sorry to bring this up. People don't want to do critical thinking because it's so easy to just don't think. America, right? The great, supposedly. Ashamed are we to say I'm from America when we're in different countries? Well, we can make America great. Hear me out loud and clear. We are not making America great again. America was never great due to many reasons involving slavery and so forth and so on. However, peaceful warrior, hear me out. Let's move forward in harmony. When we have established ourselves and our friends' equal family and unification, shall we be our best version to be the best, the best voice, the best there will ever be. The best version of ourselves is what we are striving for, peaceful warrior. Then we can say American, the great once and for all, without further ados, with chest held up high, and proud to be the nation great country. It's love. It's love the world at large. Great country is to love the world at large. Henceforth, America the Great, or whichever line it goes. America the Great, right? Spirit deep within the core. America the Great spirit deep within the core. Because when I first became aware of the conflict held by people who just take it as it is, acquiescing, when it is displayed on media, leave it as it is, no further analysis or investigations to your surmise. So, therefore, Paññā felt inspired by their desire to learn the truth For one, live for the truth, and at the same time dismay over the view. Right mixed with wrong. Some people say that you need to wear it. Some people say, you know, who are they to tell you? Look, wearing a mask, you look like a freaking criminal, my friend. Wearing that mask that you wear when you're a sick person, when you go to see your doctor, you're not sick, you're still wearing it every day all around, you look like one, a sick person. It does damage to your spiritual psychology, your psyche. It is, I mentioned that in the first video of the mask one, so look into it. This is a big deal, covering your face, right? It's matter because it's not normal characteristic of our human species. Love matters as your speech matter. That's the reason why I'm telling you this, because covering your face is like taking away your speech. It's like a muscle you put on a dog. No time for mind. Disintegrate time. Demolish the irrelevant of time. It's relative to collect the timeline. We create with the malleable mind so we can be conscious of it, that it's the blind subconscious mind. But the subconscious mind doesn't know about the time. It's irrelevant because subconscious mind as one is that the logic mind, the analytical mind, the analytical thinking mind, the mundane mind, the materialistic, egotistical university behind the scandal, self-centered driven characteristic, abomination. Abomination. Just like wearing a t-shirt. If you have a shirt off, you're not normal. Say when. Say who. What changes our mask is not normal. To wear it over at all times. I cannot stress this enough about putting a mask on. Sounds like the paradigm control is intensive now. The so-called new norm, they have no mask, is weird. Cover of face is normal. Whoa. Less than 6 months, America. Less than 6 months. Cuckoo. Where there are masses wearing a mask, the masker of smile massacre. Where there are masses wearing masks, the masker of a smile is being massacred. Because, baby, I cannot see your precious, beautiful smile. Take it off so I can see your precious smile. We see you not of the frown face, we may assume. Unless it's dropped just like it's hot. Gym required to wear a mask, unacceptable. And many of places that in that manner too, it's required to wear a mask. First in the beginning was just wear a mask because you're sick. You know, again, look into that. Look into the corona stuff. Alright, let's get back to this. Men of people need to be and need to do the research. Use your discernments and not be acquiescing the norm, so-called new norm. Unacceptable. Masks require attack from the corona flu or virus where there's no death. What is this testimony in White Center, the Rat City, where deceptions, funeral homes has been burnt down to ashes, whereas now there's no evidence as the death to testify the case of causes by the COVID-19 negative. It's just a mask. Well, you know, it turned quickly into global mass. Vaccination very quickly, in less than 6 months. They just successfully divide the country into obedient mask wearer and selfish toilet paper fighter. The settling sodia of sun, timeless threshold, ineradicably patterns of spiritual blended organism living music from the unification, spaciousness, consciousness we all just infuse. When the last time you actually listened as a clairvoyance to tune in and infuse all sounds inwardly as oneself in stillness, equilibrium, silently immerse sensitively sensory perceptions, senses information in frontal cortex entirely. Embrace openness, oneness within as without in concentrations. In stillness now, not delaying time. Movements was outside of ourself, right? Oneself, yet it is now within oneself when you hear all the movement sound, right? And now oneness with nature, clearly, spiritually, being is being. Yet there are many become artificial intelligence, giving beautiful view strength the concepts of reflectivity we see on the ocean or in the mirror. Because we can't see our eye, we gotta see the reflection, we gotta somehow see it. And otherwise, we gotta go inward to see ourselves. We gotta go inward to see ourselves. Alright? Of our humanity, particularly harsh and cruel, sinning beyond imagination that we can't even imagine. We got to get out, unplug ourselves. Because this diversity creature journey worth exploring, joyously shaking forward within the spiritual realms and the 3D dimension here on Earth. The path of communication, vibratory, intuitively, profoundly stimulation to enlightened spirit, deeply feel aliveness, and it's alleviate the karmic effect, atomic. Furthermore, vegan is ideally good choices are fruitarian or vegetarian, whichever your choice is. As for the pescatarian and flexitarians, it's to begin in the humanitarian. Mankind can really make majestic major senses in history take its course with courageous, will turn to betterment, a rapturous, attainable insight, reality. Peaceful warrior, never give up on our life trajectory with creativity, imagination, cation, loving kindness, thus one cultivate. Whether it be waking hours or whether waking moments, when you have the opportunity, samadhi, meditation, because you may not have this kind of opportunity next lifetime. I'm telling you this because I freely turn and love you. Peace of mind, love at heart. Gratitude. Namaste. It's amazing. You're amazing. I love you. I freely turn and love you.